Huh?
Adam?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Hello.
What are you doing?
Just trying out my Geordie visors.
I didn't know we had that technology.
We don't. I just do it from time to time.
Okay. So anyway, I bought a new game.
Okay. Oh, wait, a new one?
Far Cry 5.
You haven't even finished the last one. What's the big deal?
I'll come back to it at some point. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's all about Far Cry 5 at the moment. Everyone's playing it. You know, it's everywhere. It's been out like a month and I thought, I'll get it.
Alright.
Thought I'd tell you about it.
Go on then.
So, I love playing games. Whether it's a shooter, whether it's an RPG, football game, strategy game, MMO, I love them all, except Dark Souls. It's a broken game. I love playing old games or new games. I love playing 100-hour games or 2-hour games. And the best thing is, in 2018, there's a brand new game out every single day. Except there's one problem. I never really finish games. I get bored really easily. Coupled with having to do just general adulting, for example, hoovering, cleaning the cat litter out, washing clothes, unloading the dishwasher, reloading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, reloading the dishwasher. My relationship with video games is a fickle one. I probably spend just as much time flicking through the games library as I do actually playing the games themselves. On average, I'll get bored of a game after about 5 hours. So if a game keeps me past those 5 hours, keeps me hooked, it's got to be good, right? Take Destiny for example. I put over 100 hours into that game. I couldn't get enough of it. Destiny 2, however, different story. Yes, I put in more than 5 hours just because the campaign was longer than 5 hours and I just wanted to see how it ended. After that, I played an hour of the end game, which is the real game of Destiny, and I got bored. I realised there was nothing to do. So Destiny 2 got shelved, and I haven't played it since. So from now on, I'm going to give a game 5 hours. Then I'll review it. If it hooks me after those 5 hours, excellent. If it doesn't, it gets shelved, move on to the next one. And so that brings us to Far Cry 5. Set in the fictional Hope County, Montana, Far Cry 5 puts you in the shoes of a young deputy of a local sheriff's department. You're accompanying a US Marshal on your way to arrest the leader of a religious cult, Eden's Gate, who have taken over the county and are ruling by torture and fear. Needless to say, the shit hits the fan. Everyone gets captured, and you're left to band together a small resistance to fight against the cult using whatever tools you can, be it car, plane, grenade, helicopter, throwing knife, arrow, the classic bullet, or, my favourite, the tractor. The opening moments of the game are paced really well, letting you get used to the feel of the controls and introducing the main characters effectively. The reveal of the world is gradual, but not too slow. First starting on Dutch's Island, you're tasked with destroying cult property, with liberating a cult outpost, and finally, finding a prepper stash. Once you've done all this, you're free to go. Ubisoft have continued their recent run of poking fun at themselves by having you climb a tower quite early on. Halfway up the tower, Dutch, the mission giver, tells you, "Don't worry, I won't have you climbing towers all the way through." The map itself is split into 3 sections. Each section is governed by a cult lieutenant, Jacob, Faith, or John Seed. John, the Baptist, see what they did there, he's in charge of torturing people until they say yes. And by that, they mean convert and give themselves over completely to the cult. Faith, the quiet daughter-like character, is in charge of manufacturing bliss, the drug that keeps the lower ranks obedient, turning some of them into zombie-like mobs. And then there's Jacob, he's in charge of cult security and general recruitment. Once you leave Dutch's Island, you've got the choice to go anywhere. I found the game naturally guided me towards John's region. And the aim of the game is to build up resistance points in each region, by destroying cult properties such as silos or trucks, by liberating cult outposts, or by completing side missions. Do this and eventually you'll build up enough resistance points to confront the cult lieutenant for that area and get the chance to kill them. Take out the 3 lieutenants and eventually you'll get a confrontation with Joseph Seed, or the Father. He's the leader of Eden's Gate, and he's one of the best villains I've ever encountered in a video game. He's that charismatic, egotistical villain that we've grown to love in the Far Cry series. He's got these yellow sunglasses that really accentuate his eyes and make you realise that he never blinks. He just stares at you as if he's staring straight through into your soul. Even though he's, on the TV, it's still terrifying. I've only encountered him a few times, but each time it's kind of reminded me a bit of those early encounters with Negan in The Walking Dead, where you just didn't know what he was going to do next. In the first 5 hours, I've just made it off Dutchess Island and about 3/4 of the way through making enough resistance points to confront John Seed. And that surprises me. It feels like that's gone very quickly, that I've done too much in those 5 hours, yet I've nearly 100% completed that first area. Now, if we make the game say 20 hours on average to complete the whole thing, I'm about a third of the way through and yet I've only played 5 hours. That seems like a lot and it's not in character for me. Usually I take a long time to complete games. If a game is on average 15 to 20 hours, I'll do it in about 30 to 40. That's because I get sidetracked, or I don't do the missions properly, or I die a lot. But here's what really surprises me about Far Cry 5. I like it. I really like it. I've never played the first 2 Far Cry games, but the 3rd and 4th one, after completing the first section and you get to that point where it reveals the map, I've always felt it was too daunting, and that caused me to get bored very quickly. I never had much interest in exploring the maps in the other 2 games. The 3rd one, didn't play enough. The 4th one, I saw that map and this is how I reacted. Nope. So I managed only a few hours in each one, and then eventually I got bored or distracted by a more appealing game like Tomb Raider or Scrabble. The gunplay has been tightened up, the driving feels easier and smoother, and clearing an outpost is actually fun. I find myself wanting to do it covertly instead of just doing my usual gameplay of just ramming straight into it and trying my best to kill everyone in the quickest time possible. I take my time with it. I take it slowly. I move around the outpost, sniping each enemy. The other day I managed to clear an entire outpost without actually entering the outpost. I just sniped everyone. The tasks you're asked to carry out are very repetitive, but they're unique enough and they're fun enough to keep you going. Add to this the companions. They are some of the best companions you can ever get in a video game. They're up there with your Bethesda games, except they're not annoying like they are in your Bethesda games. They don't get in the way. Yeah, okay, I've killed a couple by running them over, but that's not my fault. And then there's my favourite character, Boomer. He is such a good boy. Almost as much of a good boy as his namesake, here. But what about the storyline? Far Cry games usually follow the same structure, and Far Cry 5 is no different, but I don't really care about the storyline. It's more the gameplay that matters to me here. I would say the storyline is marginally better than Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, but that's mainly because of the villains. They actually seem to have a purpose and a reason behind what they're doing, and the supporting characters, I care about them, I want to save them. 5 hours in, and I know where this story is going. Of course I do. It's a Far Cry game. It's an Ubisoft game. It's a game. Eventually, I'll force a confrontation with the big bad guy, Joseph Seed, and I'll probably get the chance to kill him. Will there be any twists along the way? I don't care. I just want to carry on playing the game. I just want to boot it up again, jump in the nearest car, and drive to the nearest outpost. From there, I can do what I like. I can plough into the centre, come out guns a-blazing like I usually do, or I can take it more methodical, using my sniper, using proximity mines, sending my companions in one way while I go in the other. It's fun. I do want to find out where the story goes. I know where it'll probably go. I know that Joseph will probably end up dead, but I still want to see how it gets there. So this one I will carry on playing. Will I complete it? Who knows? But at the moment, I'm just going to enjoy myself. Adam? Adam?